With the scary situation and the investigation so far, Tori.
Yeah, Steve, no one is in custody at this point, and the police here are being pretty tight-lipped about this investigation. But we spoke with witnesses who described the chaos. That's the sound Stockton flea market vendors say they heard when bullets went flying inside this orange building on a Sunday afternoon.
Whoa, somebody killed inside.
2 men dead and a woman wounded. The property manager of the flea market tells me it started with a robbery at a jewelry shop, one of the 50 or so businesses that are inside.
There's a lot of jewelry stores in there, and they always get robbed, you know? They always get smashed and grabbed in there.
Alex's mom is a vendor in the parking lot. He immediately rushed over to make sure she was okay.
Well, she said she's seen a bunch of people come running out from the main entrance, so she didn't know exactly what was going on, but she heard gunshots. You
can see just how close this building is to where the outside vendors for the flea market are. Business, despite all of this, continued mostly as usual.
This is alarming to us, as well as any other shooting or any incident in this scale.
Police could not confirm what led up to the shooting or give any suspect description, but dispatch audio giving us some clues.
The male with the gun possibly said something about a jewelry store, was last seen getting into a black Charger unknown plate.
Has anything like that ever happened out here at the flea market?
Yeah, it's pretty common, honestly, but it's just never gotten to the point where it was like, like a death.
A double homicide at this Stockton flea market, leaving people fearful for their lives.
I stay here, I'm scared.
Yeah, and Steve, just to clarify, the vendors who were in the parking lot of the flea market stayed open.
Stockton police have not released significant details about this investigation other than they believe the shooting was targeted. A regular Sunday afternoon turned violent in seconds.
Yesterday we were working and I was working in a watch.
For a family that has spent decades in the jewelry business, the day was shattered by gunfire.
Like that.
Longtime Stockton resident Salvador Cervantes describes the chaos.
There was an exchange of fires between my sons and them, between my son. So practically my son is the one that saved my life for the second time. So I'm pretty much blessed that he was around again for the second time.
Police have not confirmed those details, but they did confirm 2 men were killed and 1 woman was injured. For Cervantes, the violence is hauntingly similar. In 2012, his father was shot and killed while selling jewelry at the same flea market.
My father, yeah, he died in that incident. They just killed him pretty much. They didn't even ask for nothing that time. They just came up to him and they just shot him. And they had me gunpoint too at that time, so I couldn't do much of anything.
A decade later, the trauma continued after robbers targeted the business again, this time at home.
2022, they came to my house. The robbers came to the house to practically do the same thing. They came over because I used to go to the golf flea market, so I would transport my merchandise. So I'm assuming they had been watching me or following me, and they decided to do that at my house.
After years of loss, Cervantes says he's frustrated with what he calls a lack of follow-up from Stockton police.
They never do much of anything, I would say, because I haven't heard from them since they killed my dad. They haven't said, hey, we got this suspect that was involved on your dad's death.
Still, 24 hours after the latest shooting, he says walking away isn't an option.
That's why I'm here, trying to clean up.
Police are continuing to investigate the shooting that happened in a crowded flea market.
ABC 10's Gabriel Kors was first on the scene yesterday, and he's back at that flea market tonight. Gabriel, talk about a scary weekend.
Yeah, Chris and Laura, it's hard to believe that this is where those gunshots ring out just yesterday. The gates here are locked, but inside, the marks of the violence are impossible to miss. Bullet holes piercing through metal, blood still stained on the floor, and a business owner left trying to process how his family was able to survive. I do want to warn you that some of the images you're about to see may be disturbing.
We can go inside.
Inside the Stockton flea market, right next to more than 20 bullet holes,
And then we have more bullets right here.
now scarred into his family's longtime jewelry store, Salvador Cervantes has one message.
We all need to protect each other as a community.
That's exactly what he says his son was trying to do around noon Sunday, when gunfire rang out inside this crowded flea market.
They were trying to rob us. They said it was a total of 8 people that came in. One of them jumped over the counter. He threw the bag to my niece and my nephew who were inside the booth here and demanded them to put everything inside, otherwise he was going to kill them.
Salvador says the robbers opened fire first, followed by his son.
Yeah, my son, yes, he was the one who saved our lives.
In the end, police say 2 lives were lost and a woman suffered a non-life-threatening injury. Investigators have not confirmed that the shooting was self-defense or that it involved a robbery, but they haven't ruled it out and say no arrests have been made. In a statement, Stockton's vice mayor said preliminary information indicates that the business owners acted in self-defense. Salvador believes the 2 people who died were the attempted robbers.
He's my angel at the moment, because I'm here because of him again.
Shockingly, this isn't the first time that the Cervantes families had to deal with this type of situation. Behind the counter here is a photo of Salvador's late father, killed in another robbery here back in 2012.
For whatever reason, we just keep on getting targeted.
According to Crime Stoppers, even after 13 years, police have still not found the people who killed Salvador's father. Police say that in 2022, 3 men tried to rob Salvador at his home. His son opened fire. A gun battle left the suspects hospitalized.
It really would like to let them know to stop doing that, because they hurting a lot of families and they taking away a lot of their freedom. It would be great if they decide to start doing something good in life.
As for his life, Salvador says,
I'm feeling really grateful that I'm still here. We just leave it up to God and that's it.
Salvador.
All right. There you go, guys. That was the news story of the week.
Damn, that's pretty. That was pretty powerful. I'm not gonna lie. I'm. You know, it's shocking how, like, in such a short time, you know, shootings like this have happened, especially in Stockton.
Yeah.
And in places where people like congregate. You know what I mean? And a couple things that like struck me was that, you know, the verbiage that the news reporter was using. He was saying how police haven't confirmed this. They haven't confirmed anything. Well, obviously, the man, they're over there. Like, they're taking their time with it, but they don't want to be, like, you know, all liable. They don't want to. They want to know, like, the information. But really, it's as if the news doesn't want people to believe that this guy is telling the truth. Where it's like, oh, my son did this, my son did that. Well, police haven't mentioned who or was this in self-defense, but prosecutors are saying, and it's like a lot of back and forth there. And
Okay,
so,
here's something you might want to keep in mind. This is California, all right? And it's my God's honest feeling that if this was, say, Texas or Florida or, you know, a lot of other places, they would have came, picked up the bodies and said, okay, have a nice day. But see, in California here, even if you defend yourself legally, you know, or
there's a lot of gray area. It turns into like
these DAs out here, so many of them, if they could find a way to hang even a second-degree manslaughter charge on you, all right, it's a blue state. Criminals are coddled. And, yeah, that's why they're taking their time, all right? I mean, and the one thing I will say that, you know, I hope the Cervantes family has legal counsel. I hope they at least have a lawyer on standby. And I'm sure after all the shit they've been through over the years that, you know, they probably do. Because, yeah, even if... you know, even if you're at home and it's a home invasion and you shoot somebody, you're the one that stands a good chance of winding up in the back of the patrol car, you know, being taken downtown, having your guns taken away. And the other thing is, if they can hang a conviction on you, Now that creates a pathway for the dearly departed's next of kin to sue you and and maybe whoever else for wrongful death. And who wants to have their wages garnished for the rest of their working life because they're
Right.
on the hook for a $10 million
Because
settlement?
they got some judgment on their fucking,
Yeah.
and it's
So
like it just turns into like a finger pointing battle of like, no, you did this wrong. No, you did this wrong. Well, in the moment, the only person who did anything right was the son. I mean, he protected his livelihood, he protected his
yeah,
family
I mean,
as
what
he should
are you
have.
supposed to do?
That's what you're supposed to do. And one thing that like I want to say on the flea market side, where the guy he said this one thing that struck me. He's like, for some reason they're going after us. Well, buddy, you're selling jewelry at a flea market that isn't well protected. That's as if you're putting saran wrap around carrots and throwing it around like rabbits. You know what I mean? It's gonna get attacked. So it's like I mean, come on now. I got different analogies. I just don't want to hurt people. But
No,
like,
yeah, that was good there, but
but yeah, you
yeah,
know what I mean? Like it's on flea market at this point, especially because it happened in 2012. And there was one guy, shit, he had like a hat on, and he said, "Oh yeah, this happens all the time, but
yeah,
I mean, this time someone died." And they cut away from that, where it's like, "What? No, like this he's saying this happens all the time. Let's report
right.
on that, if anything." And so it's also on the flea market to provide better security, but it's a flea market in, I'm assuming, a lower income area, and it's just something I'm assuming
Oh
the
yeah,
people who own it don't want to deal with. They're
oh
probably just there for the rent money of the kiosks.
yeah. It's way down on the end of South El Dorado, and it's one of two the other flea markets on Wilson Way, and yeah, I mean they've been there a long time, and when you are in the jewelry business, I know for a fact that you know it's probably the easiest route to getting a concealed carry permit here. Jewelry store owners, and I'm not talking about the K jewelers that got smashed and grabbed last week, because that's a chain store. They're in the mall, and they have to answer to the insurance companies, so their employees can't do shit. Nobody's going to shoot anybody, even the security guards in the mall ain't going to do shit. So, but if you're a mom and pop independent kind of place, yeah, you can get a permit pretty easy, just because of the kind of inventory, and just because I've dealt with people in that situation previously, and so it's kind of always been like that. And there's maybe a few other professions, and here we have the King there.
Nelson.
Oh, King NPV.
Okay, he comes and he goes. There he
What's
is.
up, guys?
Scotty,
Yeah.
what the hell is going on? You were around this week, and I'm sure you heard
Local
a lot
Stockton
about
man.
I I did actually. I got a lot to say. Well, I don't know if I got a lot to say. It's more like that exact flea market is the one I used to go to when I was a kid with my grandma. It brings back a lot of memories, and I got to say, it's how to put it? It's like some yada yada. You're a kid. Everything's sunshine and roses. Everything's nice. Fast forward years later, now it's all fucking decay and whatever. My point being is that it sucks because wow, it hits harder because that guy, that jewelry store guy, his father was murdered in 2012, and they robbed him again. And it's like we had a jewelry store robbery at the fucking mall, and except in this case, they actually stopped the guys. Well, except they just stopped some of the guys trying to rob him, and it's like degradation, whatever you want to call it, of our city because it's just getting worse. If I want to say, like, put it like this: what if all those robbers were under the age of 18 and they're all like a bunch of high school age motherfuckers, and that's what they'd rather do instead of working 9 to 5? And I think we have an issue when that the culture, like you were saying, Jack, the status quo, that this becomes so normalized, like the music, because it always goes back to the culture. I guarantee you, if some motherfucker rapped about robbing a flea market or some shit, how he got rich off it, do you really think the people listening to that music, do you think they really give a shit? not knowing the implication that you're destroying your own community. Thinking about it for a second is
Yeah.
that they only see what's in front of them, but they can't see fucking past it. And thus, that's the consequence. Oh, look at me. I'm going to flash all this shit. But like back in the Wild West, I'm sure you've heard Billy the Kid, right? So the difference between how we treated guys back then and versus how we treat guys like that now is that we give them a long ass court date versus we just hang those motherfuckers on the spot, because it's like this: you robbed a jewelry store, you killed the guy's father. Okay, you're guilty as shit. Nowadays, like you said, since we're in California, to get a pat on the back, it all goes back to the culture. If the culture, the youth boys, because think about it, like all the guys running and gunning, they're younger than you. They don't value life. They don't give a shit. You guys worked for everything you've had, right? Like everything, Nelson, you can test this, right? Everything you've built, your family, your career, all this, you've had to work hard for it. Alex had to work hard for it. Jack had to work hard for his studio. The point is that everything you have fought for. What if people like this don't give a shit and be like, I'm just gonna try and take that shit because that's their mentality, right? That's that marks them for termination. That's why I call marked for termination, because at that point, I can't reason with that type of mentality, right? Like you can take a kid out the hood, you can't take the hood out the kid. What do you think, boys? When is a point of no return? No return, because I think our city is just going to get more fucking worse, right? Did they even ID the age on the body? I guarantee they didn't even tell you. They didn't identify the age of the suspects. I wonder why.
Well, they said there were 8 people altogether that came in.
Yeah, 8 that came in, 2 that got shot. But they're going to release the description.
I haven't heard anything yet.
Like I said, Stockton is getting progressively worse. Doris and I were having a conversation today where, like, I love her. I love her so much because she is an incredible mother, but she doesn't like pay attention to the news or what's going on in Stockton. And realistically, Stockton is getting worse. Like, it seems like it's getting worse every other week, in my honest opinion. Like, maybe it hasn't reached the extent to what it was like a month ago or a couple months ago when the mass shooting happened during Thanksgiving. But it's still like, it seems like every week or every other week, it's like another thing is happening that's just not like, that's not good for the city in terms
Another
of
unsolved
anything
murder.
like that. Did they ever get a contract for the police, or do they still not have it?
Nothing yet.
Oh wow!
So that's still ongoing negotiations, and yeah, an understaffed department. But there's 5,000 gang members that they can legitimately say they know about, and so you start doing the math on some of this shit, and it makes you wonder sometime. Makes you wonder. But yeah, the and of course, yeah, no arrests made.
Hi, kitty.
Is the cat? Yeah.
The cat has taken over for Alex.
Oh, yeah, speaking of cats, there's a lot of stray
Is there a keyboard there that you could type on?
I hope so. Hi, kitty cat. Hi, little pussy cat.
Oh,
Yeah, what about the animals that don't have
Professor
homes, bro?
McGonagall. Her name is Professor. Oh, Kitty. We get, ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the Kitty Show, featuring Professor McGonagall, because that is the kitty's name. No, cat, come back. The cat has left us. The cat has left us.
All right, the cat.
The pussycat has left the building.
Yeah.
But no, it just sucks. It honestly just sucks. I don't feel safe in Stockton anymore. I don't feel like my family's safe in Stockton. Things are just literally happening. Like, so for me, I put things into perspective, right? Things are literally happening 5, 6, 7 minutes away from my house. Like, these aren't things that are happening like 10, 15, 20 minutes away from my house. These are literally things that are happening uh, 4 or 5 minutes away from my house, and it's just I don't know.
Yeah.
It too close to home, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, you know what? It hasn't quieted down any south from where I'm at because the guy just got shot in the chest today, this
Oh,
afternoon.
great.
Yeah, he's still alive from what I understand. But yeah, this happened first in San Joaquin, so it's on the south side there. Um, and yeah, like you say, I mean every week, Thanksgiving weekend, there was a mass shooting. There was all the shit that happened on Country Club Boulevard lately. Um, that's become a hot spot, and that's a county pocket. And yeah, there's been shootings downtown, stabbing, the robberies now. So this is 2 weeks in a row. K Jewelers and then the Cervantes Jewelers. Again, I think the more that these guys get away with shit like this, they become emboldened.
Cops won't catch him.
You know,
Understaffed.
yeah, they know that there's a reasonably good odds that they can get away with it. So they go, and if they get away with it once, they're gonna feel a little bit more empowered. It's like, oh, this
Dude,
is easy.
that's exactly what's gonna happen, especially with the K Jewelers. Like, I mean, that all they do is just report, especially those security guards, and
Yeah, they're not armed. So
no, that's what I'm saying. That's their job, and that was happening when I was at Apple back in 2020.
armed security guards aren't really allowed to do anything.
Right. So back in like early 2020, this was like January or February, right before COVID. A big number of robbers, they were just smash and grab, right? And the security cards, they would just film. All they do is just film, and that's it. I mean, that's all they're supposed to do, right?
World
They're not going to
star.
risk their lives. Their contracts literally say do not intervene because the company doesn't want to pay workers' comp, and I wouldn't want to intervene because fuck that. What if someone had a knife or a fucking
They ain't
gun?
paying you for
No,
that.
they'll
What?
fire you. They will fire you. They will fire you if you get involved. I can tell you
Yeah.
because I work as a security guard full time.
What's more
That's one of
important?
my one of my two full time jobs.
Some phone or some jewelry item that's covered by insurance? Like, what's the point at that point? Yeah, you don't want to lose your job, or even worse, you don't want to lose your life over some fucking object that's insured. And coming from a guy who's insurance, like the insurance company has it covered, unless it's these guys. I'm sure the flea market guys, I don't know if they're paying enough insurance for their rocks, but like that's probably why they shot back, because it's like, they probably can't afford the insurance that covers this, $10,000 diamond, or this ring. Now I don't know how their operation is, like what cuts they're using and everything, but like, I mean, yeah, when you can't be at the level of other jewelers, when you're in a flea market, you got to take matters into your own hands. And I think the guy did everything right, man. I mean, he defended his own, his family, and yeah.
Yeah.
Did what he had to do.
Yeah, exactly. And it was a good thing his son was there and armed. And yeah, otherwise, because like he said, 8 of them came in. They threw the bag, the duffel bag. He said, "Hey, fill that thing up, or we're gonna kill you." I mean, yeah, that's a scary situation to have to be in. So I hope everything works out for that.
And look at the comparison. What was the date? Was it 2020 or that's 2012? It was like over 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So look at that. Look at how much gun gun security or gun laws have been in place for there to still be the same thing happening to the same family.
Yeah.
Like, dude. Like,
same circumstances.
Yeah, same.
Almost like the
same
city's
thing.
cursed or something.
So,
Yeah, it's just, yeah, shit keeps happening, repeating itself. Bad habits are hard to break, I guess.
This is insane. I mean, this is like the start of a bad joke. All you need is a fucking priest and a
One
rabbi, and
bad
you have
day.
a fucking hilarious joke.
You're gonna get the Stockton Joker, Jack.
Well, on that note, I want to pull up this other clip here, and let me get my menu here, because Stockton made another list, the top 10 worst cities to buy a home in California.
Is this something we're proud of?
No.
Well,
back-to-back world champions, baby.
Give me the belt! Give me the belt! Oh! Champion! Oh!
Undefeated heavyweight champions.
This breakdown is helping you see the bigger picture. Hit subscribe to discover the cities for more honest deep dives into the realities of today's housing market. Number 9. Oakland. Oakland was once seen as the Bay Area's edgy, diverse alternative. A city full of energy that still felt within reach financially.
We'll take a look.
But by
Oakland
2026,
real quick.
that promise is quickly slipping away.
Damn, dude.
The median
Oakland
home price now
is
sits
as
above
edgy as a samurai sword, bro.
$720,000,
That's
while
how fucking
average
edgy
incomes
it is.
struggle to climb past $80,000. That imbalance has turned
Oakland's as
buying a
edgy
home
as
into a
guy
risky
that wants
financial
to
tightrope
bust kids
rather
and
than a
allows
secure
you to buy his
investment.
cuckoldress.
The warning signs are everywhere. More than 30% of listings cut their prices in early 2026, and many homes are lingering on the market for 60 days or longer without serious interest. But the most alarming issue isn't pricing, it's safety. Oakland now ranks among the top 5 U.S. cities for property crime, with carjackings, break-ins, and assaults becoming increasingly common. That surge in crime has pushed both residents and investors to leave, with over 12,000 people moving out since 2023. Meanwhile, ownership costs continue to rise in other ways. Insurance premiums are jumping sharply, especially in hillside areas vulnerable to wildfires. Some homeowners are paying up to 45% more for coverage than they did just 3 years ago. The end result is a housing market packed with inventory, but short on confident buyers. Oakland's culture and character are still very much alive. But when it comes to housing stability, the city is clearly struggling in 2026. Number 8, Stockton.
Here we are.
Stockton was once held up as a comeback story,
We beat
a
out
city that
Oakland.
had found its footing after past struggles. But heading into 2026, that recovery is starting to wobble again. The median home price now sits around $480,000. While that number may seem modest compared to Los Angeles or San Diego, it's still far beyond what many local residents can realistically afford. Average household income is only about $66,000, creating a growing divide between wages and housing costs. That gap has
There are
pushed
no jobs
Stockton
in
into one of the
Stockton
most
at all.
financially stressed housing markets in the Central Valley. In the most recent quarter alone, more than 28% of homes saw price reductions, and properties are lingering on the market for 50 days or more on average. At the same time, foreclosure filings are beginning to rise again, climbing 17% higher than this point last year. As adjustable rate mortgages reset and inflation continues to squeeze household budgets, more cracks are starting to show. Crime is another ongoing concern. Stockton consistently ranks high for violent crime per capita, which chips away at buyer confidence and drags down long-term neighborhood values. Meanwhile, new construction keeps spreading along the city's outskirts, but buyer interest isn't keeping pace. Demand is pulling back just as supply grows. All signs point to a housing bubble that's being stretched thin, and a potential snap may not be far off. If you want more clear-eyed breakdowns like this, hit subscribe and stay informed with Discover the Cities. Number 7, San Diego. San Diego
Oh
is
wow,
often
hold on.
painted
Put
as
that back up there, J-Man. I need to see San Diego. San Diego's on this list?
crown jewel of Southern California. With its sun-soaked beaches, strong military presence, booming biotech scene, and laid-back coastal lifestyle, it seems like an ideal place to put down roots. But in 2026, the reality behind the postcard image is becoming harder to ignore. Median home prices have climbed beyond $850,000, while the typical household brings in only about $82,000 a year. That widening gap is dangerous, Many families are now forced to devote more than 40% of their gross income just to cover housing costs, and that's before factoring in taxes, insurance, or maintenance. And insurance is a growing nightmare of its own. Rates across San Diego have surged as wildfire threats increase, coastlines erode, and sea levels continue to rise. Since 2020, premiums have jumped over 50%, with some insurers exiting the market altogether. Homeowners are often left paying thousands of dollars for stripped-down coverage that barely offers peace of mind. At the same time, inventory is quietly stacking up. Overbuilt luxury condo developments and sprawling suburban projects are struggling to attract buyers. Sellers are cutting prices simply to stay competitive. In the first quarter of 2026, nearly 24% of listings recorded price drops, a clear sign of weakening demand. The challenges don't stop there. Property taxes rank among the highest in the state. Traffic congestion keeps getting worse, and population growth has slowed dramatically. In some pockets, residents are even starting to move out as affordability completely breaks down. San Diego may still look like paradise at first glance, but beneath the surface, the numbers tell a different story. For today's home buyers, it's increasingly a beautiful dream weighed down by a price tag that few can realistically defend. If this kind of honest breakdown is helpful, be sure to subscribe to Discover the Cities. We've got more real estate truth bombs coming your way every single week. Number 6, Burbank. Burbank has long been...
All right. So, there you go. Obviously, Stockton ain't the only city with problems.
I wonder which city is number 1. However, I'm surprised San Diego's on that list and it's higher than Stockton.
It's just the cost of
I'm
living.
genuinely surprised.
Well, I mean, it's always been expensive there, and you know, I'm surprised that we beat out Oakland. You know, we made it a notch higher than Oakland on the list. So,
well, to be completely honest with you, it doesn't surprise. I feel like we're really like we're a very dangerous city. I feel like we're a very, very dangerous city. So I'm surprised we weren't higher on the list. If I'm going to be completely honest.
Oh yeah,
because it's supposed to be like worst cities to live in, right?
Yeah.
I'd say this about the difference between Stockton and Oakland. Okay, I'll wear a bulletproof vest walking around in Stockton, but I'm definitely getting my car broken into in Oakland. That's the differences right there. Like, I gotta wear some fucking like level 20 armor to walk around Stockton, okay? But
yeah,
like, you know, I gotta cast a spell of lead protection, you know, walking to the fucking Safeway. So
yeah,
you with the lead.
Yeah. So anyway, take a break here for a second. We do have something good coming up in Stockton this weekend.
Live Pro Wrestling returns to Stockton on Saturday, January 24th, when the Total Wrestling Federation presents the 3rd annual Fight for Franklin at Eagles Hall, a fundraiser for the wrestling team at Franklin High School, with all proceeds going to Franklin High's wrestling team. This action-packed card will feature 3 title matches, plus a special lumberjack match. In the main event, human highlight reel Landon Ramos puts the TWF World title on the line against Zeke, the Samoan Reaper. For the TWF Tag Team Championship, Mike Hayashi and Para Singh will square off against David Assassino Martinez and Jesus Cruz. The TWF Television Championship is on the line when Godfather of Swole Don Swole Leon faces 209 boat Noah Palma. And in a special lumberjack match, the Maverick Jay Cruz will settle his beef with Big MF Matt Freeman. Also on the card are CJ Dirt, Firebelly Giga Herrera, Christian Black, and more. Doors open at 6 and bell time is 7. Advance tickets on Eventbrite, adults $20 and just $10 for kids. Eagles Hall, 1492 Bourbon Street in Stockton, California. Be there Saturday, January 20th for the Fight for Franklin 3.
Listen up, dog owners. Every month, BarkBox delivers 2 brand new toys that will make your dog lose their mind, plus 2 full-size bags of treats so healthy you'll be tempted to steal one yourself. But don't. Trusted by over 8 million dogs who have literally never written a bad review. We're talking fully customized, tiny terror toys for Chihuahuas, indestructible beasts for your Rottie, allergy-friendly snacks for the drama queens with sensitive tummies. Even extra subscriber-only goodies if you want to go full spoiled. Right now, new subscribers get a free extra toy in every box for a whole year, and shipping is forever free. That's 12 bonus toys. Fair warning, once this starts, your dog will sprint to the door every time they hear a truck. So stop letting your dog down and click the link in the description or scan that beautiful QR code and get your first BarkBox today, before your dog runs away. BarkBox, because your dog deserves better. Go!
Guys, have you heard? Nelson, tell the people.
Shady Mob Productions is an official affiliate of HBO Max. Click on the link in the description and sign up so you can watch hit series like Hard Knocks, Game of Thrones, and House of Dragons.
Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when the latest content drops. Guys, join me, Alex the Man Angelov, and check out A&A Radio, where we're going to be talking about the latest and greatest financial news, investments, banking, and personal finance. Check out the channel and don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when the latest content drops.
Guys, you're watching the Shady Mob production. Make sure to follow the Shady Mob podcast, where we break down all the latest content and talk about life. Please make sure to share, like, comment, and subscribe so you can be notified when the latest content drops. You're watching the latest episode of N1 from the End Zone. Please click on that subscribe button so you can be notified when the latest content drops. Now, let's kick it.
We are back.
Oh yeah.
Also,
The
don't
like
forget
button,
to
everybody,
Sonic
if you're
Waves
watching
on
this.
Saturday.
What's that?
Oh, we need to work on the Sonic Waves ad.
Yeah, that for sure. And we also got to figure out what we're doing this weekend, because we have the Fight for Franklin in the evening there on Saturday. So if we're going to do it the afternoon again.
Yeah, I'm down. We'll figure
if
it
that
out.
works. You guys, okay.
Alex, are you going to be on this weekend for Sonic?
Yes, this weekend I'll be on for sure, because I'm not doing any impromptu events or anything like that. So, yeah.
So Sonic Waves.
I just got to get the music.
Sonic Waves.
All right, so
Listen to me, Sonic Waves.
okay, and so that will be Saturday afternoon. You folks be sure to tune in our music program. All right, and then on the following weekend on the 31st, we will have live with us on stream for an interview the metal band Fire and Ice from the East Coast. And they will be joined. They have a new album out, and they will be joining us for an interview, live band interview. So follow Sonic Waves. And then, Scotty, I believe you have something coming up for us tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, sure do.
Okay, well, why don't you tell us a little bit about that and the time? The time.
Leave us on the edge of our seats.
All right, well, I don't want to spoil it, but so I think I kind of figured out what my series is going to be. Okay, so it's pretty much, I don't like making short content. I like making like something you can watch, like a fucking Scooby-Doo episode, right? But like the thing is that it's actually learning something.
Uh-oh.
I actually go, "Oh, Shaggy, there's corruption," or you know, some shit like that. But like pretty much, it's like that. But I'm trying to figure out how long I want to make it, right? So it's like I'm going to be posting episodes, right? So here's the thing: there is going to be I don't know, live stream. I'm not sure what format works better. Is a live stream format better, or is it like fucking like an hour long? Like, how long do you guys think you would spend to watch like a cybersecurity thriller horror mystery? So I call it cyber horror, right? Because it's cyber online, but it's like got the like fucking
Buddy,
a
just
detective.
do a live stream and see where it goes, buddy. I want to see you. I want to see you live in action and reacting to live bullets.
Man,
Great.
this
I'm
better
it's
be.
supposed to make it less scary because you
but-
got my ass driving the
Ju-
ship.
ju-
But I need you guys on it though, because you guys make it more fun. If that it's like The Hangover.
Just remember, we need that fist, like we need that music that punches the wall, like we need a punch the wall type music.
Oh yeah,
Remember
I get
that.
to use that music too, and I don't have to worry about copyright because I made the fucking thing. So there's
Hey
that.
man,
There you
if it's a horror,
You know how YouTube copyrighted.
I'm keeping the
But
lights
yeah,
on.
tomorrow you
Yeah.
guys are invited. So yeah, it's gonna be like a cybersecurity's horror Scooby Doo detective. I have to investigate this shit pretty much. Like I actually have to go and research all this.
Is it?
So I don't
What's
start
it
fucking
called, Scotty?
Okay, the name. Okay, it's still gonna be called the Obscure Hour because that's like the most clever name I could come up with.
The
What
Return
time?
of the Obscura Hour.
Yeah, like Return of the Dark Knight,
Work.
Batman type shit. Like it's
Return.
gonna be every Friday 8 o'clock a live stream, pretty much. Yeah, every Friday every 8 o'clock a single live stream. So tune in if you like. I don't know, want to learn cybersecurity shit or like yeah. But the first
Okay.
episode is gonna be about 764 because it's in the news. Everyone's talking about it, and I kind of got like talk about it. So yeah.
Okay, well, there's our schedule. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we have programming for you folks. So, yeah, the time Friday will be at 8. And
Pacific time, Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, and then Sonic Waves this weekend will be at 3 because we have the Fight for Franklin wrestling event on
Oh yeah,
Saturday.
brother. Are you ready to rumble?
Ooh, yeah.
Is that Randy Savage?
They ain't ready for this. They ain't ready for these guns. Oh,
Yeah.
ready for these guns.
You got a permit?
All right.
You're in California.
Ooh, deadly
He
weapon.
he needs a permit for
Ready
those. He
for
needs a background
assault.
check for those
Ready
guns.
for assault. Y'all already know.
So anyway, guys, I found another city we can take a look at. Okay, one
really
with
quickly-
a population of only 25,000.
Alex has to go jerk off before he goes to bed.
That's
So
exactly
go.
right. Tonight's
Yeah.
my left hand. Tonight's the left hand. Good old lefty. Good old lefty Lucy.
It's an away game, ladies and gentlemen. It's an away game.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Okay,
And then,
so
Have
you
fun,
checking
buddy.
out
We'll
then?
talk to you. We'll talk to
I
you
got
later.
you, man. Hey, listen, I don't know who you guys are seeing, Jack, or Nelson, I don't know, man. I mean, listen, if, young or old, and if they're older, they might give you that no denture adventure, you know what I mean? So look forward to that.
Ouch.
No denture adventure.
Yeah,
The
so-
no denture adventure.
Yeah, so-
J-Man, we got the title of your next song, The No Denture Adventure.
I will get to work on it right away.
All
Yeah.
right, guys. I do gotta go. I have to get up early tomorrow. All right, well,
All right.
I'll see you guys next time.
We'll see you next
Later,
stream.
bud.
All right. Okay. But
then
yeah,
there
I
was
found
fewer.
I found another city here in California up the coast, and their population is only 25,000, but there's a lot going on there that might look
Is it
quite
Santa
familiar.
Cruz or Monterey?
No, it's Eureka.
Oh, oh God. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. What is going on? Oh Lord, is he? At least he's not throwing his feces.
My buddy up
around.
here shot this not too long ago. Another homeless lady that he had to run off his property.
That's a
Happens all the
homeless
time,
lady?
he told me. Eureka, California is in a bad
Oh my
bad
God, I
place
saw
right
this.
now.
I know where this is going.
And that's
you're
why
in
I'm
a
here,
treat.
to show you.
The first few years of business, you would never see somebody sit down in broad daylight and hit their arm. Never. Never. But now it's normal.
Oh, Jesus.
Nick and Kim here from way up on the Northern California coast. Now, for years, people have been writing me emails. Nick, you need to come up to Eureka. It's the kind of place your
Gonna jump
audience
ahead
would
a little
love.
bit here.
You look pretty aggressive when you even just look at them. Like, you look at the way they're looking at you right now.
Yeah. They're not happy about being on camera.
And then go take a right up here on the next street.
Jesus Christ.
God, it's such a wonderful city, right? Like it's.
Yeah, this is.
How the fuck is this a wonderful
in the morning,
city?
Yeah, in the morning, you'll have everybody
your
from around
standard
here
of
kind
wonderful
of
and my standard
with
of
their tent
wonderful
set up,
are
and then the cops come and tell them to move it, but they don't.
things, my friend.
All right, now does this look familiar? Does this look
Stockton?
familiar?
Looks like Stockton.
Exactly. Those pictures could have been from downtown.
So how the fuck is Gavin Newsom still like? How the fuck is he going to
he's
be
Nancy
president?
Pelosi's nephew. In case you didn't notice, he's Nancy Pelosi's
Okay,
nephew.
but how the fuck is he going to be running for president if this is how bad the state has gotten under?
Because we have
his
50%
governor?
retards protesting.
America,
Why do you think you got
America, fuck. Like I understand the whole Donald Trump situation. Donald Trump has jack shit really to do with anything that happens here in our great state. The person responsible for our state being the way that it's been the last 8 years is Gavin Newsom, the same man that shut down the state when COVID happened and left his businesses still operating.
And he ate a fucking at the steakhouse.
Gavin Newsom. I'm
this guy.
telling y'all. Oh Lord. Oh God. I'm sorry. It's just. I look. I'm a registered Democrat.
Wow.
That's your problem.
I'm a registered.
I'm not.
No, I'm a registered Democrat, and I can't stand by and accept this man for doing the stuff that he's doing. Whatever. You know what? God bless America. We live in a great country, just ran by very shitty people.
Well, I mean, look at that high-speed rail debacle. It was $8 billion lost, a project that never went anywhere. All the billions that were lost to the homeless industrial complex.
The homeless industrial complex is so fucking true.
You know?
What are the most profitable buildings in Stockton, Jack? It's the homeless building, it's the drug rehab building, it's the fucking, I don't even remember. All the buildings that shouldn't be making money are making money.
Yeah, let's take a look at this a little bit more here because, a lot of similarities here. Whoops. Get back here.
Take a right up here on the next street.
God, it's such a wonderful.
It was wonderful. No place like it in California. Good values, strong families, hard work.
And this area started as a boom and bust town, late 1800s. You had lumber mills popping up, and every 5 years, 2 lumber mills would come up, and every 5 years, a lumber mill would go out of business. You had fishing, boom and bust, boom and bust. You had a gold rush that came up here for a very short period of time. You had a little bit of prohibition. That's where my ancestors came in, a little bit of that. But you had this boom and bust culture. You had this behind, we call it the redwood curtain, behind the redwood curtain culture of you put everything you have into the land, into your business, into what you're trying to do, and you might make it or you might not.
All during the 50s, this place was a timber wrecker. There were hundreds of mills in the area. Everybody got rich off of lumber. The environmentalists complained they couldn't do that anymore. And then they overfished, so the fishing industry collapsed. Bunch more people were out of work. Everybody was so sad. But pot, hello. Turns out this is the best place in the world to grow weed. So everybody up here was growing it. And people got rich again. It was $3,000 a pound for Humboldt County bud. Who needs timber jobs? We can grow cannabis forever. Well, not forever. California made weed legal and that ruined everything again, damn it. Now it just costs too much to get a license, but even that doesn't matter because the price went down too much. They made themselves so weed famous up here, they put themselves out of business. And now nobody around here has another bright idea.
This lady right here just came by 5 minutes ago, asked me for some change. I said I did not have any. Well, she found her beer. And that is her day. Must be nice.
Don't judge that
But today,
lady. At
this
least she
place
ain't
has gone
shooting
to
up
shit.
meth.
It's been called the drug
Let that lady
and
live a
homeless
little.
capital of Northern California. What? Well, check this out. We drove around and walked around for a couple days and saw all kinds of shit.
You see his feet.
That could be along I-5 here.
Looks kind of comfy.
Well, I mean, that's actually really sad. I mean, the fact that this is what our country's come to, that people are living like this.
That big RV on the right, it's a nice RV, but she's been parked there for like 6 months and she has like a little 3-year-old girl. They live there together. Pretty sad.
Let me. All right, so they got spot shotter stuff right here in downtown Eureka. They don't just put that there for nothing.
We got them in Stockton too.
I think that lady almost.
Oh, that looks like the
ran
same
right into
crackhead
the
that
car.
lives in Stockton.
Yep.
Yeah, she just came out of the marsh, she's just wandering around.
And that could be off 99.
Here's the sign of the times. It was an old sawmill, machine shop, blacksmith. This is all the stuff that used to be why Eureka was really here. And that's what it looks like now. It is gone forever. This dude's got a barbecue. He's coming down here to make some food. Somebody else is back there with the...
Oh, that's nice.
Oh. Angry.
In front of our.
We saw her earlier.
Yeah, we got her earlier.
Well,
Yeah, that's the thing about
Look,
this.
we already are seeing it more than
Yeah,
once.
the small town feel definitely translates to the homeless people too. You know, you recognize the same people every day.
Yes.
That could be on Wilson Way. Up ahead of here a little bit.
Out of my store and to just do business down here, it's not easy. But yeah, to answer your question, what you do about it is you identify and bring the right resources to bear. And it's not always a handout. Sometimes it is a call to the cops. Sometimes it is just getting them into treatment. But it's not, the homeless cannot be treated as a homogenous population with a one-size-fits-all approach. It simply can't be done. The hardest thing for us out here is criminal drug addicts really need to be incarcerated, and then they need to dry out for 3 to 6 to 8 months with drug testing. This flies in the face against what the local politicians want to do, because they have homeless advocates and they have state grants, I should add. They want to give them money to pursue housing first. And it's gotten really bad because Sacramento, capital California, is putting pressure to bear on each community to try to increase their low-income housing numbers, as if that's going to help. It's not going to help, because the biggest part of the homeless population, as we've discussed, doesn't want a home. They just want more drugs.
Bingo.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo. I've been saying that for the longest fucking time, okay? As long as we have a fat homeless population around, that's the Trojan horse that these nonprofits use to get into City Hall and grift money and stay in existence. But the problem keeps continuing, all right? Like he said, you know, there's a world of difference between, you know, the guy that just got laid off and missed a house payment and is living out of his car, between the professional criminal drug addict.
Yep.
And
Yep.
you know,
No, there is.
yeah.
But
and
at the end of the day, they all share one thing, and that's homeless. They're all homeless, and literally, there's nothing we can do about it because our state is so expensive to live in, and it's just getting worse. There's a clear division between between the upper class and the middle class, which is now the lower class, and we have a democratic governor, ladies and gentlemen. Regardless of whoever is the president, the person that has the most say, or the government that has the most say in what happens in our state, is the California not federal government,
state
state government.
Yeah.
They're the ones that dictate the laws. They're the laws that they come out overrule the federal laws in our state. Technically, if you really like think about it, that's why cannabis is legal, even though it's not at a federal level. And realistically, the person that should be held responsible the most is not Donald Trump. It is Gavin Newsom. And I don't know why people have just kind of let him get by with all these issues and are promoting him to be the next president. I don't
Well,
see it. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it.
well,
I just
neither am I. Neither are a lot of people. Unfortunately, and I keep bringing this up. Look at the numbers. This guy was elected twice and beat a recall. All right, and so you got to look at that and wondering what in the fuck are your neighbors thinking, you know? Or a better question might be, you know, what the fuck are our neighbors smoking, you know?
Hey, they need to pass that shit over here to us,
Yeah,
man.
I'll buy a quarter pound right now, cash. I
Right
got it
now.
on me, you
Right
know?
now.
Yeah, fucking A,
Cash.
man. Yeah, no, like I said, you know, even with everything that is public knowledge that is on the books right now, that everybody knows about, the high speed rail disaster, the homeless industrial complex, billions lost, the crime situation everywhere.
The
If you look,
housing market has
the housing market that stinks.
the
All
bubble.
of
Oh my
this,
god.
and yet I really got the feeling that if there was an election tomorrow, if they could do it all over again, these fucking idiot voters in the state would go out and vote for Gavin and his crew all over again. That is the scariest part of the fucking situation, because that cocksucker wouldn't be where he is now if somebody didn't vote for him, right? And you can say the same for all these knuckleheads, right down to the local city council here in Stockton. All right, they wouldn't be where they are if somebody didn't vote for them. So why in the fuck are you people keep voting for the same people with the same policies? Of course, after the election's over, the same people that voted for them will be the ones complaining. They're going to complain about the gas prices and complain about the housing and complain about the grocery prices and complain about the crime. You know, complain. But then when election day comes, do they do anything different? No. No. And what's the different definition of insanity? Doing the same thing
That's
over and over and over.
over and over again. What I was gonna say is, if you really think about it, I feel like there are more toxic people than there are reasonable people in society. Meaning, I genuinely feel like these people enjoy the abuse way more. Like, I feel like people enjoy being beat down, taken advantage. They're just so used to it. It's so repetitive that when a politician that they know, just because they're familiar with the name, says they're going to do certain things because they're familiar with that person, they'll tend to go with that person, regardless of what their track record being, whatever it is. So
It's
it's
kind
a
of
damn
like
shame.
kind of like an
Damn
abused
shame.
kid who's been abused all
Yep.
his life and doesn't know any different.
Nope. Yeah, exactly.
You know,
It's literally like it's like it's it's like somebody that's been abused their entire life, and because of it, they're just super like focused on it or whatever, and any little thing might trigger them, and they just are so triggered by it and so used to it that they don't know that it's bad for them. That is what our society is right now in California, and
right?
it sucks. It sucks. It genuinely sucks.
Yeah, and the other thing is that okay, just like that abused kid, the abuser, the manipulator, knows exactly what buttons to push to get whatever reaction out of that subject, okay? And
Yep.
which I've recently referred to the voters here as Pavlov's dogs, because the manipulators and their buddies in the media, they know exactly what to say, what words and phrases to say, and what shiny object to wave in front of people to get them to behave accordingly. In which case,
behave.
who to vote for? You
Yeah.
know, yeah. I literally watched this shit play out. And some of us have seen this movie before. We're just waiting for the director's cut version where the building blows up and all the bad guys go up with it.
Boom! Here goes the boom.
Yeah, so that would be nice. But other than that, we're stuck with the same old shit show. So So that being said, yeah. So we took a look at a few cities, and Stockton made another list. Not very proudly, but yeah, not a great place to buy a house, and it looks like.
Man, are you sure, J-Man, are you sure you're not proud of being one of the worst cities to live in all of California?
Well, yeah,
I'm as time goes
yeah. What am
by,
I
I'm
doing
kind
here
of
when I could move to Eureka?
There you go. Eureka must be better.
Yeah, or San Diego, where I can really pay through the nose. Yeah. I mean, it's insane. I mean, so yeah, Stockton is not in a bubble by itself. A lot of the problems that we have they're going on all over the map. And that's the important thing to realize. And so, yeah, looking at the big picture like that, and I agree with you 1,000%, Nelson. Gavin Newsom. I mean, I just saw him about a week ago. He's going around the country. He was doing an interview with somebody, and he's bragging about that. Oh, yeah, we got the highest minimum wage in the state. Yeah, it's also the most expensive fucking state to live in. But he's trying to sell this across the country so that people in other states are saying, oh, well, man, maybe we can have a higher minimum wage, too, if we elect this guy.
Tell him to look at our housing situation and how people are actually living in California.
Yes.
Because people are living paycheck to paycheck, making $40-$50 an hour. I'm telling you this right now.
Yeah, that high minimum wage ain't helping a whole lot when it comes to trying to find a place to live.
No, it fucking doesn't.
Yeah.
I just think he's oblivious. I think he's a part of the 1%, and I genuinely believe Gavin Newsom is more a part of the problem than he is a part of the solution.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah,
I will stand by that. I will stand by that until my little heart.
Him and that whole fucking Pelosi family, they're elitist. They've got a shitload of fucking money. That's all they fucking care about. And, they don't give a shit if the fucking system crashes as long as they're still at the top, because they're still going to have their mansions and their Swiss bank accounts and all that shit. So, yeah, stereotypical limousine liberal, the poster child. So,
the poster child.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'll tell you what, on that note, do your plugs.
Guys, please go check out ShadyMob.com for all of the Shady Mob content. You'll see Port City Uncensored. You'll see Anyone from the End Zone. You will see Shady Mob Podcast. You'll shortly be seeing the Obscura Hour featuring Scotty Too Hottie. You will also be seeing shortly Sonic Waves, because I still haven't updated the site, and many more amazing content coming your way. J-Man, who are we bringing on Sonic Waves at the end of the month?
On the 31st, the East Coast metal band Fire and Ice for an interview. They will be here with us. So
fucking love those guys.
Looking forward to that.
Any chance you might be able to convince them to do a live performance?
Oh, well, if they're in the studio at the time, it might be possible. Maybe even an acoustic version of a tune or two would be nice. So, yeah, I'll suggest a tune on our next correspondence. So, all right, then, Scotty, local Stockton man.
No, I don't really got any plugs. Just Port City Uncensored and Shady My Productions, and I guess the Obscure Hour. I guess I got
Coming your way
cybersecurity
tomorrow.
tip for you guys. So this one is gonna be completely unorthodox. So what my personal tip is to pretty much have a computer, or what's it called? Maybe not a computer, but more like somewhere where you store your personal information that's not connected to the internet, like something that's offline. So it's like I can just plug in a USB and get all this personal information out, like out of the server, and then like put on a newer computer years later. So that way you don't have to like have a bunch of paper that you're gonna lose track of or worry about your stuff in the cloud getting hacked. So it's like getting with the times pretty much because it's almost the future. Well, we're in the future pretty much, but it's like, are you keeping up? Is the question. So that's my tip: is get with the times.
All right.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
I like
Sounds
it.
good. Yeah, we are in changing times also. Shit going on all over the globe and here locally. So yeah, stay tuned. We'll be bringing you more. And this weekend, yeah, TWF fundraiser for the Franklin High School wrestling team, pro wrestling at Eagle Hall in Stockton, and we will be there with cameras in hand and bringing you people some content from that. So that being said, we will see you all later. Thanks for tuning in.